Manchester United, because it looks like they are close to signing Manuel Ugarte. Now, it seemed like this deal was off, right? And I remember it was because they were saying PSG's valuation of the player was entirely too high, and Manchester United, they didn't want to pay a certain price for him. But now it looks like the deal is not only back on, but it's damn near completed. And Fabrizio Romano has tweeted out that Ugarte is pushing for this move to Manchester United, and his agent is currently in negotiations. Now, I know that this is a player that kind of splits that fan base, right? Like, some people want this player, some people don't. You get me? So I think Ugarte would be a good signing for Manchester United, right? Because they do need to address their defensive mid spot, right? Casemiro, he looks like his best days are behind him, right? The guy's a little older. You know what I'm saying? He's not what he used to be. I know a lot of United fans want him out, especially my guy Staffy, just always cursing out my legend. But that's okay, right? That is okay. But I agree. They do have to address that area, right? They're also looking at possibly signing Sanderberg, right? And maybe they get both of them. But I think in that pivot that they like to play, right? You have Kobe Mainoo, who I think is an automatic starter for Manchester United. He's probably their best midfielder. You need somebody next to him that's going to do the dirty work. And that's what Ugarte will do. He will do the dirty work, right? He's going to run, press, right? He's going to be everywhere. Because Mainoo, right? He's a player that is better. His qualities that make him stand out is what he does with the ball, right? A player like Ugarte, he's off the ball. And he's also not that bad on the ball either. Like, it could be a lot better. Like on the ball, his first touch, his passing, like, it's okay. But I think the way that Manchester United want to play, he would definitely benefit them. For sure. Like, you have them kind of like, United are more so like a counter-attacking team. And with them playing off the ball, especially when they're going to be going against bigger teams, right? Or better, well, not me say bigger clubs, because there's not really many bigger clubs in Manchester United, but better teams than Manchester United, right? They're going to be playing counter-attacking football. And I think Ugarte can fit that system. I mean, we saw him for Uruguay in Copa. He had a good tournament. And I think, even though he's never played in the Prem, I think he would adjust very nicely to English football, right? He's already shown you that he can play in physical environments, right? You guys know in Copa America, it was like a Royal Rumble match every single game, right? Like, guys were getting DDT'd, choke slammed, two-footed, and the referee wasn't giving out no yellow cards. The ref was letting these guys go to war. And he played well, right? Uruguay were one of the best teams in the tournament, right? And I was very surprised that they didn't end up making the final, right? But I think Colombia versus Argentina, look, we don't got to get into that. But point is, Uruguay, they played well, right? Bielsa had them playing good football. And again, in that Bielsa system, high line, pressing. Ugarte, I think he can adapt to the Premier League. Now, what I'm confused about is, why do PSG want to sell him? They only bought him last summer from Sporting, I believe. He was playing in Portugal. Why are they selling him so fast, right? Like, does he not fit what Luis Enrique wants to do? Because I think he's a decent midfielder. And again, you need somebody next to Mainoo who's going to be doing all the dirty work. Mainoo does not need to be doing defensive dirty work, sliding in and all. No. Yes, he has to help, but this has to be somebody's job, right? Like a Fred. I think Ugarte would come in and be like a Fred for Manchester United. But I think the price that originally was quoted was like, what? Damn near 60 million. I'm with Man United for holding their ground and not wanting to pay that kind of money, right? I think about 40 to 45 million. That's a fair price for Ugarte. And Ineos are being very active this transfer window. I told people that United were in for a big summer when Ineos first took over, because I'm like, bro, they're the new Sporting owners, right? They're making the decisions, right? The Glazers are still the majority owners, but Ineos are running the club. Not only did they give the Glazers a deal that kept them there, right? All the fans wanted the Glazers out. They also beat out, was it a Qatari or a Saudi guy that wanted to buy Manchester United. And that would have been, if Manchester United would have gotten oil money, it'd have been over. The rest of England, it would have been over for you guys. Because Manchester United are damn near the biggest club in the world, right? And they make a lot of money. Yo, Manchester United have to bring in close to €1 billion a season. They're probably only like maybe 100 or 200 million off of that. They are a massive club. And I felt like people were going to be upset that they didn't get bought out by a Qatari or Saudi guy. Instead, Ineos came in, right? Jim Ratcliffe is not as rich as these guys in the Middle East, but he made an offer that kept the Glazers there. And I know a lot of people did not like that because they hate the Glazers, even though I don't think the Glazers are that bad. I'm going to just say it right now. I think when you look around world football, there are a lot worse owners than the Glazers, okay? You guys could have got stuck with FSG, right? At least the Glazers, they finding ways to spend money. That's all I'm saying. Point is, I knew Ineos were going to have a big summer because they were going to have to get the fans on side. And the best way, right? The easiest way to get fans on side is just literally bring them shiny new toys. For real. Bring them new players, right? And they did that. They went out there, got Lenny Yoro, even though they claimed they beat Real Madrid to the signing. No, you didn't. We just didn't want to pay the kind of money that you guys were willing to pay. So we said, all right, go take him. But regardless, big signing. You go get Joshua Zirkzee from Bologna, who looks like a baller. I like Joshua Zirkzee. And you saw him score against Fulham in the first game of the Prem season in his debut. They've just signed De Ligt. Even though I don't necessarily rate him, they do need center back help. Mazraoui, who I had my questions about, but against Fulham, in his debut game, he played really well. They're making signings. United have been active this window. That's already 4. And now Ugarte is about to come through the door as well. I'm not going to lie, bro. They've given Ten Hag all the tools to succeed. But I just don't believe in this manager. I need you guys to let me know, though. What do you think, right? Like, how do you think Ugarte will do at Manchester United? Do you think, is that enough? Like, if you guys sign Ugarte, or do you need somebody else, right? Like, do you need maybe a Sander Berge, or, there's other links to other midfielders out there? Because then that'd be 5 signings. And again, United last season, negative goal difference, right? You guys were letting in goals for fun. You guys have addressed the defensive area of the pitch. So you would expect Manchester United's defense to be a lot better this season, right? I mean, only time will tell. But I like the Ugarte deal. For me, I don't get how people shit on it. But I don't know if he could start for Manchester United week in, week out, if that makes sense, right? Like, if I was United, yes, I would sign Ugarte, but then I would also go out there and then look to maybe bring in another DM that's a little bit better on the ball than what Ugarte is. And then now you can have a DM, right? You have 2 DMs who are kind of still different profiles of defensive midfielders that can do different jobs and that can maybe also even play together depending on what it is. But yeah, point is, you need somebody that can be next to Manu that will do the dirty work so that he can just do the work on the ball. And I think Ugarte would be a good fit. Just depends on the price. But he does want the move. Chat, let me know what you guys think about Ugarte. It's a good deal or not? And if anybody knows why PSG don't want him no more, let me know about that as well. Because it's crazy to me that you pay, 60 million for somebody, and then a season later, you want to get rid of them. What happened? Did he have a falling out with the manager? Does he not fit what Luis Enrique just wants to do stylistically? I have no idea.